Very interesting, very honored to be here. For two reasons mainly. A, obviously being the global platform that TEDx is, it's great to be given an opportunity to speak to young minds like yourselves. And secondly, very interestingly, I am from Ahmedabad, so for me this is where it started for me. And to come back here and share a few of my experiences with you guys is something that I was looking forward to. I've traveled the world over giving lectures like this, mostly about myself, because obviously, when you're meeting a young brigade, they want to know about your journey, the journey of an actor, starting from a small town like Ahmedabad. That time it was small, not anymore. Going to Bombay and achieving some sort of success in the field that I chose, or that was chosen for me. So they want to know about my journey. So I said, let me free flow. So keeping the theme in mind, break the box, I kind of divided into 3-4 subdivisions. मैं पहले आप लोगों को थोड़ा पीछे लेके जाना चाहता हूँ. My first subdivision, so to speak, is about when all of us were, say, in school. All our parents, and apologies to my teachers if they are watching this on YouTube or wherever, and if your educators are here. A lot of things that I'm going to say is probably going to debunk the myth that I've grown up with, or maybe the theory that we have all grown up with. All through primary, my parents, my teachers, my coaches in the extra coaching classes would say कि ज़्यादा पढ़ाई करो और पढ़ाई करो और पढ़ाई करो, अव्वल नंबर लाने हैं, you got to score high marks, you need to rank first in class, because you do that and then your life will be made. You reach the end of secondary and the dreaded 12th standard board exams are facing you, the clamoring has reached its height. I'm sure everybody's gone through it, and your parents are saying और ज़्यादा पढ़ाई करो, you must score well, because if you do score well, you get into a great college of your choice and then your life will be made. So most of us did study, and we kind of scored really high in our board exams. I got into Xavier's, where I wanted to get into, and finally we thought life is made. This is college, canteen, friends, chai, coffee, ye, wo, bunking classes. And first year it does happen. By the second year, the clamoring starts like a Chinese whisper, and by the third year, it reaches its peak. You need to study hard, you need to make great grades, because when the placement guys come to your campus, you need to be picked up by the best possible multinational. You'll get a great salary, and your life will be made. So I stood 27th. I didn't particularly get placed into anywhere where I wanted to get placed to. I broke the box and I became an actor. Anyway, so you get your job of your liking. Then finally you think that my parents are going to back off. But then there are certain tiger moms who will say, you need to work hard. Overtime kar dikra, overtime kar. BG job ma vadhare salary marse. Bigger fatter paycheck, and then your life will be made. And this goes on, ladies and gentlemen, till you are 35, 40, and you have no life to enjoy. So my point here is, first break this box. There is nothing like you study hard and you must get good grades to make life happy or to be made. What you need to do is enjoy what you're doing. I'm sure all of you are enjoying what you're doing here, and I've met a few students before I came in, and it gives me great hope that you're pursuing what you really want to do. It's a great college to be. I stood 27. It didn't really help me in my career, but it formed me and it made me what I am today. But I enjoyed my studies. My mother never once told me after that you need to study. She was disappointed because I got into Ann Arbor, Michigan, which was one of the best B schools at that time, even now. And unfortunately, that time people from Gujarat were flying the coop to America, and they had settled down in New Jersey into a new Gujarat, and my visa got rejected. So anyway, that's another story. But I'm happy, that's another part of the discussion for some other time. Never be disappointed by what life throws at you, because maybe that's a good thing. So life is never going to be made unless you make it. And the only way to make it is by living life every day. I never got disappointed after a bad score, or never got too euphoric after a great score. So that's my first line. Success is not about brand new cars and bigger houses and more money. Success is about being happier today than you were yesterday. And trust me, keep this in mind, and your entire life will be a different journey. My second thing, everybody says that you've achieved so much, you have done so much across all sorts of platforms. I started with television, then moved into cinema, did digital, now I'm doing theatre. I've done pretty much there is to do. I still feel like a newcomer. So, when I was launched, I did television. I don't know, I think most of you were in your diapers when I did Swabhimaan. So, Swabhimaan was my first and it became a runaway success. I didn't feel like a star then. I don't know why. Everywhere I went, I was being facilitated and giving awards, this, that, and the other. It was a great ride. I never felt like a star. But everybody at that point said, "Ye ladka to Shah Rukh Khan bane." Then when I started doing cinema, each film that I did bombed like crazy. So I couldn't understand. I said, they said, "मैं शाहरुख खान बनूंगा, तो मेरी पिक्चरें फ्लॉप क्यों हो रही है?" Because the audiences was giving me great love and affection. So in my mind, I was unable to pinpoint the reason I was not working as a mainstream hero. I was unable to break that box I had put myself into. I had put myself into a box of, I'm good. Anything I do is going to be good. But it didn't work that way. So from my personal experience, I can tell you sometimes the decisions that we take at that point seem very good. But that's the time to rethink every strategy. And you guys are already in the business. You guys are majoring in, so a lot of you in media and marketing. I think it's a great thing. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And you probably have been, again, like most of our teachers said, that you should always have a plan B. I'm going to tell you one thing. Don't have a plan B. Don't have a plan B. Because if you don't have a plan B, you'll keep working on plan A till you become the boss of plan A. This is my thinking. You can agree, you can disagree, you can listen to your parents and your teachers and have a plan B. But I feel that that safety net somehow makes you take lesser risks. And you say, plan A is not working out, so let's shift to plan B. I don't believe in that. I believe that I never had a plan B, which is why I persisted. After 25 years, I'm still relevant and I'm still standing here with you guys delivering a TEDx talk. So for me, that's success. In my mind, the value of success comes from this. I feel a lot of times we are taught things, you have to follow this, you have to follow this, this is the route. There's never a route. And there's this thing, have you heard of Charles Bukowski? You guys?
Yes.
You have to. I always think of him when I think of, sometimes, obviously every career is going through a little slump. Today, I don't know how many of you agree, but we've all been told to be extraordinary. Correct? सबके डैडी मम्मी टीचर्स लोग बोलते हैं आपको extraordinary होना है. क्यों extraordinary होना है? If all you sitting here, all of you become extraordinary, you will all become ordinary. Am I right? Have you ever thought of that? If all of us become extraordinary, then that's it, then that becomes ordinary. It's not about being extraordinary, it's being better than what you are yesterday. Success to me is being happier than what I was yesterday. Success professionally means to be better version of me than I was yesterday. And I've been out of work for a year now. Would you guys believe that? I gave my best performance in a film which made 200 crores at the box office. I was lauded by the audiences as well as the critics. I don't have a single film. But do I look sad to you? Any of you, do I look sad? Because I don't care. My next segment is about learning the art of not giving a damn. This art is extremely important to me and it should be to you too. Listen, I know that many of you probably are going to go into media and not many of you are going to be actors. But as an actor, it was very important for me to learn to not give a damn. It's difficult. You feel a little sad. You feel disappointed that after delivering the best performance of my career till date, I'm sitting at home for a year. But I delivered that art. My art was that should I get disappointed and sit at home and mope that my God, what did I do? What did I not do right? How do you explain this? I can't explain this. So I take it in my stride. I change the conventional thinking in my own mind. So for me, I'm not boxed in that disappointed phase. I don't give a damn. I honestly don't give a damn. A lot of you probably think that this sounds good while I'm delivering a lecture here, but it's not true. In public, I've never said anything that I do not prescribe to, or I do not believe, or I am used. I feel that, okay, this is the way I want to live my life. So if you can learn that, I have lived my life with a certain mantra, which again, now it is kind of digressing from break the box, because this is the box I've created for myself. When we talk about breaking the box, it's very important. I mentioned earlier that you have to identify the box. What are you trying to break? It's good, it sounds good, let's break the box. But what is the box? A box is something which is going to confine you and your abilities and your talents, and it's going to limit you and the way you think. That's our box, or that should be regarded as your box. You will move on, you will try different things in life. Don't ever let that box curb your enthusiasm. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do this. I've coined a little thing for myself. I love the color jade. It's very vibrant, it's green, and it's all, somewhere always, I don't know what connect I have with it, so I used it to make my own little vocabulary, jade. Three things, the three words, letters in the beginning, J, A, and D, they stand for three things that I completely abhor, not part of my dictionary. And to make up for those three things that I'm going to ask for you today, the last word, E, stands for something, letter E stands for something that I believe we need a lot more of. So jade, this is my mantra for life, and if it helps you, I'll be happy. J stands for jealousy. I don't have that emotion in my body. I find that is one of the most negative emotions. There are lots of other emotions which are negative. The moment you start feeling jealous, it takes so much away from you. Arey baaju wale ke ghar mein nayi gaadi aayi hai. I'll appreciate the new car that you bought, but I'm very happy with my Tata Nano. Extremely happy in my skin. I enjoy driving my car because it's my car. I don't care what you bought. J is something I keep away. I feel that most of our problem starts with the letter A. A starts for animosity. Most of the problems in the world, starting from your house, to your locality, to your city, to your state, to your countries, starts with animosity. That's another word I keep away from myself. A small example, silly example, but let's dumb down the example. Anytime you're going in a car, somebody cuts you on the road, okay? Most of us are alpha males, you're going somewhere from somewhere, you're getting late, you're already irritated, somebody cuts you. Normally your reaction is you roll down the window and say, yeah, kya kar raha hai? 2-3 expletive dete hain log. Try this the next time. Instead of animosity, just look at him and wave and say it's okay. Just smile at him and wave and say it's okay. Try it out as an exercise, okay? 9 out of 10 times that guy will look back at you and smile sheepishly and mouth a little sorry and move on. And hopefully if he's halfway intelligent, he will not do it again. It starts from us. It starts from the individual. If I don't feel that about somebody here, that will not percolate into the next segment. So, locality, house, city, state, and then it goes to country. So it all starts with us. The third letter, it stands for something that, in fact, being an actor, I should not be talking about, is duplicity. I don't have one duplicitous bone in my body. I feel it's exhausting. A lot of people, a lot of my friends, well-wishers of course, they say, sir, you can never become a star. You don't know how to conduct yourself in public. Somebody comes and asks you for a selfie or gives you a hug. You treat him like he's your long-lost friend. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're true. Maybe actors need an enigma. They need a different face. We all have so many faces that, for me, I've never believed in being duplicitous. I find it very exhausting that, if I meet you tomorrow somewhere and you say that, Rohit, I was there for your TED talk in Ahmedabad, I'll greet you exactly the same way I'll probably greet you now. I feel it's exhausting. I feel that you have to live 2 lives. एक life तो जिंदगी ठीक से जी नहीं जा रही है, उसमें 2 जिंदगी है. तो ये 3 चीजें मैं अपनी जिंदगी से हटा के E, if we can get that E, it's called empathy. The one thing I feel terribly missing, and it's probably because of our pace of life and the work pressures and the frustration, empathy has clearly leaked out of our social fabric. I'm an avid rider. I was riding from Mumbai to Khandala. And it was raining, it was drizzling. Just across the toll naka, I saw an accident when we reached. There's these 2 guys on the bike, they slipped and a truck overran them. Passers-by, I'm sure they must have called for an ambulance. The passers-by are, busy videographing them with their phones. I couldn't see one person who felt a little empathetic or bad, let's do something. Maybe by the time the ambulance comes, help them, do something. No, nobody. Not one person. Of course, we being riders, we stopped and we kind of, did what we could and we waited for the ambulance to come and go. So empathy is clearly missing. Thank you very much.